Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. I want to come here and make this video, everyone. Just to let you know, if you're gonna hear my heater coming in just in a little bit, as it's very cold here in the East Coast. I want to make this video because what a start of the year we had. As for me, I've been dealing with my mom being in the hospital, but what I'm seeing like all throughout, it's just, it hasn't been such a great start of the year, and today is only the 4th. And let me just tell you guys, I gotta come here and tell you what's happening overseas. As I'm seeing a lot of footage from overseas, and everybody out there protesting because of the new restrictions, you know, the first and second dosage, and everything that's happening in this world because of that, because we're not given the choice to say, you know, I want this or not. It's basically, you know, you either take it or you're not going to be part of the new society, that this new order that they're creating in the world. But you know, I just gotta tell you, just hang in there, guys. I know it looks so bad. I mean, I have my moments, just to be honest. I don't even know what to think anymore, the way, you know, the news is coming at you. And I know a lot of people say don't watch the news, this and the other, but you can be ignorant, because, you know, when God says in the Bible that he's gonna return and these are gonna be the signs, if you just choose to ignore everything, then you're not gonna know anything. You know, it's very ignorant to just be like, you know, I don't watch the news, nothing like that, because you need to be aware of the things of the devil that he's creating for society, and to use fear tactics on people so that they can go ahead and follow this new order that's being implemented on us, whether we want to or not. And that's just the reality. So today I'm going to talk about France and what's happening. This is breaking news right now as I'm speaking to you. So the president of France, it is the president, let me just want to check here. So the French president, his name is Emmanuel Macron, has prompted a new strategy to pretty much make life horrible for the people who don't have their first and second dosage. How in the world is a president of a nation allowed to speak this way? And the translations that we're getting, people from France are saying, you guys, he said even worse than what is being actually translated to the US media. And it is terrifying that somebody in power right now of a nation, of a country, is saying, you know, we're gonna make it so hard for these people that don't go and get their first and second dosage, that he wants to be validated and applauded for saying something like that, when we all know when a new president comes in, is coming to serve the public, not to make life horrible for them. And this president, this is why it's so alarming, because this president is publicly saying his plan is to make it terrible for people who don't have the first and second dosage. Let me just tell you guys, before you go on and say, you know, people really need it, this and the other, forget about whether this thing works or not, right? The first and second dosage. Forget about, you know, if it's working, or if you need the third one or whatever. It boils down to just one point that we tend to forget. There's nothing more terrifying when somebody say, I have no choice. Because when people reach that point in life when they say I have no choice, they're telling you that the choice that they're doing is because that's the choice that they don't want to. And nothing is more terrifying than saying I have no choice. We are given the choice. I mean, even God himself, he doesn't impose himself into people, right? God speaks in the Bible about if you go to a city and, you know, to preach and whatever, and they don't receive you, take the dust out of your shoulder or something, or your feet, and move on, or something like that. You guys know I'm horrible at pinpointing scripture, but I'm sure somebody out there knows what verse I'm referring to. So even God himself doesn't impose himself to people. And the fact that the liberty and freedom is being taken away from us. It's insane that people that have it, the first and second dosage, are still not seeing the bigger picture here. We're not talking about whether this thing is the mark or whether the thing is just to advance the mark coming, the antichrist, whatever, whether it's working or not, whether it's killing people or not. The idea, it boils down to just in one particular point: the freedom to choose. Okay, even in the Garden of Eden, they chose, their destiny, I guess you can say, because they were told, don't do that, but they still decided to choose that because, they had the free will, I guess you can say. And the fact that this president, Emmanuel Macron, he is basically saying, he said, this is what he said, I'm reading it right now. He said, I am not about pissing off the French people. But he say, but as for the people who don't have the first and second dosage, I really want to piss them off, and pardon my language. And he said, and I will continue to do this to the end. That's gonna be the new strategy by the president of France right now, guys. That to me is terrifying. How is this even allowed? And the other thing that he said, he actually wants to take away their citizenship status. And I think a lot of people are not talking about this, but immigration is gonna come. Not about entering or leaving the country. This demand for the first and second dosage is coming for immigrants, in the sense of, and it's gonna come for benefits too. Don't even think about that. It's not. Public services here in the U.S. and food stamp and things like that, Medicare and things like that are going to be, they're probably gonna make it mandatory. We're reaching that point. But anyways, so he's basically saying, from January 15, you will no longer be able to enter a restaurant over there in France, and you cannot go out for coffee. Okay, you cannot go to the theater. You not will be able to go to the movies at all. He said, this is so stupid. I'm so sorry to be sarcastic, but he said, when my freedoms threaten those of others, I become someone irresponsible. Someone is responsible is not a citizen. So this is what he's basically using to take away people's citizenship over there in France, because he's calling the people who don't have their first and second dosage, he's calling them irresponsible. And if you are an irresponsible, you are not a citizen. Okay, let me just tell you something, guys. If you still think that we're not living in the last days, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for the Antichrist to knock on your door or something. Like, this is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. I've seen a lot of footage from overseas. People out on the street demanding their freedom to choose whether or not they wanted to. Because here's the thing, I'm not against people who have it. Like, hey, if that's your choice, good for you. Don't be angry because I chose not to. You know what I mean? And the other thing is that if you really want to look at the numbers, guys, why we have so many cases now? Because everybody who went 6 months ago to get the first and second one is so crazy. It's almost like something activated now. Okay, I don't know if it's because the weather or something, or the time frame. Everybody's having it now. Please tell me, people that you know right now who have the first and second dosage, and I really hope this video doesn't get black from this platform, but please tell me in the comments how many people you know that have the first and second one, recently have come up with the whole pandemic. And you guys know I have to speak in code words, I have to be so careful. So I know you guys understand my question. So let me know in the comments, okay? This is the video that I wanted to make for tonight. And this is happening in France. We know that this every restriction creates a domino effect. So excuse me, I'm sure tomorrow we're gonna hear about another country going basically with the same thing. So anyways guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share. God bless. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I hope to see you in the next video.